please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for getting latest updated video. Hello everyone. So guys, in today's lecture we are going to discuss a new instruction group, and the name of group is branching group instruction. So in our previous videos we have discussed data transfer group, thereafter logical group instructions, and how this instruction helps to write down a particular user related with 8085 assembly language program. So similarly guys, we are also going to focus on our today's group, and the name of group is branching group instruction. So the basic question is why we need to study branching group instruction. So basically branching groups instructions are help to check multiple possibilities in our program. So in other way we say that it is used to check the condition. So on which basis we are going to check the conditions, what are the different variant possibilities are there. So these things we need to study in this type of group. So in that first one we are going to focus our first instruction, that is called jump instruction. So let me see, our first instruction is jump instruction. Now this jump instruction is represented by standard keyword JMP. Okay, and generally it is represented by JMP instruction, and there are two types of jump instruction, that is called conditional jump instruction and another one is called unconditional jump instruction. So when we say that given instruction belongs to unconditional jump instruction, in that case what we need to do, we have to execute the number of statement without checking any condition. We have to just take the conclusion part only. So it is called what? Unconditional jump. So guys, there are two types of jump instruction. So I'm just first rub this and I will write it again. So there are two types. First one is called conditional jump instruction and another is called unconditional jump instruction. So these are the two types of jump instruction. Now first of all we are going to discuss unconditional jump instruction. So how it works and what are its impact on our assembly language program. So guys, always keep one thing in our mind, when microprocessor try to execute any type of assembly language program, so in that case it always take the help of special purpose register, and that we have already studied, and these registers are SP, PC and incrementer and decrementer. So SP stands for what? Stack pointer. And what is the role of stack pointer? It is one of the 16-bit special purpose register which used or which keep the address of current memory location which is to be executed. Now in case of PC, so what are the PC actually PC try to do? So PC stands for program counter, and generally it consists of address of next memory location which is to be executed. So in this way both works together to execute any assembly language program. Means in short we can say that SP is used to store address of current memory location, while PC consists of address of next memory location which is to be executed. And especially guys, when we try to study branching group instruction, in that case, in that scenario, we just say that if particular flag gets affected, we have to jump to the particular instruction line number XYZ and we have to execute that instruction. So in that case we specially focused on PC. PC stands for program counter. So in all other remaining group instructions, what we are see that in that case we have performing operation on general purpose registers that we called A, B, C, D, E, H, L. Thereafter we have also performed so many operations on register pair that we called BC pair, DE pair and HL pair respectively. So in that case different data, different variety of operations we are going to perform, but especially in case of branching group instruction we have to focus on PC. PC means program counter. And what is the role of program counter? So as we discussed earlier, program counter keeps address of next memory location which is to be executed. Now how it works? So let me see. So as I told you, jump instruction. So there are two types of jump instruction: conditional jump instruction and unconditional jump instruction. So in that we are going to focus first on unconditional jump instruction. So as usual we are going to write down our traditional 5 to 6 points. So generally unconditional jump instruction is represented by standard instruction JMP. And how to write down this instruction? So it is represented by JMP address, and address is always 16-bit. Okay, so now our general format. So how can we write down the general format? So for in case of general format, we have to just write down content of PC arrow address. This is only a simple format for general format for jump instruction. So just focused on it, what I have written here. In case of general format, I am just writing down content of PC arrow content of address. PC means what? Program counter. So whatever the address provided in that instruction, program counter stores address of that instruction, and after completing executing current instruction, program counter directly try to jump on the given memory location. So that's why microprocessor take help of program counter and try to execute that instruction. Now after general format, next point is group. So which group we have started? So this new group name is branching group. So in group we have just writing down branching group instruction. Thereafter addressing mode. So in case of addressing mode, we just write it down. After instruction address is given, so that's why it is called direct addressing mode, and it is 3-byte instruction. Why it is 3-byte instruction? Because in this instruction we are going to perform operation on 16-bit data. Generally 16-bit address is there, but that 16-bit address is stored in 8-bit form, so that's why we call them as data. But here in this scenario we just say that it is 16-bit address. Okay, so the jump require 1 byte to store it in your memory, and 16-bit address require 2 bytes. So in this way totally we require 3 byte to store this jump address instruction. So thereafter addressing mode, in that addressing mode I'm just writing down direct addressing mode. Thereafter in case of bytes we have to just write it down 3 bytes instruction, and in case of flag we just write it down no flags are affected. In flag we have to write down no change or no flag get affected. So what is the big question in our mind? Yes sir, why there is no flag gets affected? Because when this instruction execute by microprocessor, program counter directly jump onto the given memory location which is provided in this instruction. So that's why on actual data we are not going to perform any operation. So this instruction specially change the address of current executing scenario. Okay, so afterwards what I'm trying to do, our next point is explanation. So how to write down explanation? So when this instruction execute by microprocessor, address given in the instruction directly move to the program counter, and program counter execute the given instruction which is stored on particular address. So how it get executed? So just I will show you with example. So generally in example section I am just write it down content of SP. SP means stack pointer. Suppose SP consists of 2000H and content of PC is equal to 2001H. So generally SP means what? It executing address of current memory location, that is what? 2000H, and PC is what? Address of next memory location which is to be executed, that is called 2001. So here if I am going to write down the instruction like this, JMP 2005H. So what it means? So what is my output? So in output section, I am just write it down. Content of PC is equal to 2005H. Now, how this get impact on this instruction? So what is generally content of SP? Content of SP is 2000, and traditionally after executing 2000 memory location instruction, I have to switch on to memory location 2001. But afterwards I am just writing down JMP 2005. So that's why my PC is nothing but what? 2005H. Means in that case, what actually microprocessor did? Microprocessor first execute 2000H instruction, and after executing this instruction directly switch on to the PC that we called 2005H. So on 2005H something instruction will be there, so that instruction is executed by microprocessor. So in this way unconditional jump instruction get works. Now we have to see the another type of jump instruction, and that is called conditional jump instruction. So first of all, we have discussed unconditional jump instruction, and it is represented by JMP address. Now we are going to focus on our next type of instruction, that is called conditional jump instruction. So generally conditional jump instruction based on our flag register. So what are the flag registers are there? So first of all, I am just try to draw here flag register. So these are my flag register. First one is S flag, then Z flag dash, AC flag dash, P flag and dash CY flag. So these are my 5 different flag registers are there. But out of this, AC flag is specially used by microprocessor for internal purpose, only for during execution of program. So it is used by microprocessor and not available for us. So we have only 4 flags are left, that is called S flag, Z flag, P flag and CY flag. So we have to check the all possibilities. Means when S flag is equal to 1, what happened? When S flag is equal to 0, then what happened? Similarly, when Z is equal to 1, Z is equal to 0, we have to write down all the possible conditions related with conditional jump instruction. So generally conditional jump instruction is represented by capital J, and afterwards I have to write down condition, and then address is there. So address is always 16-bit. So how can we write it down? So we have to write down in this format: J, capital J, then condition and address. So thereafter, what about general format? So general format, group, addressing mode, bytes, flag, all things are same, or we can say that same as it is. Now, how many types of conditional jump instructions are there? So we just, before discussing different types of instructions, let me see the example. So if my content of SP is 2000, my content of PC is 2001, and if I am writing the instruction like this, so instead of I am writing JMP, so I am just write down J and any one of these instructions. So suppose if I am writing like this, JNZ 2005H. So what it means? Jump on non-zero value, we have to move to the 2005. So what is my output? Content of PC is equal to 2005H. So in this way it will execute as it is, like unconditional jump instruction. In case of unconditional jump instruction, without checking any condition, it directly execute a particular instruction. But in case of conditional jump scenario, what happen? You have to check a particular condition. If that condition is true or it gets satisfied, then and only then you have to execute particular statement. Otherwise we directly skip that statement. Okay, now how many conditional jump instructions are there? So let me see. Our first instruction is JM, thereafter JP, then JZ, then JNZ, thereafter JPE, thereafter JPO, then next one is JNC, and last one is JC. So if we just count these number of instructions, so these are totally 8 instructions, and in front of that one common thing is there, and that is called what? Address. Okay, so all these are 16-bit address, means direct addressing mode, 3-byte instruction. Now what is the big question in our mind? What do you mean by JM? What do you mean by JP? What do you mean by JZ? So first of all, it is related with sign flag. So when sign flag is equal to 1 and when sign flag is equal to 0, so what are the instruction for it? So JM stands for jump on minus and JP stands for jump on plus. Thereafter next is what? JZ. So jump on 0 result, means in that scenario we say that Z is equal to 1, and JNZ means what? Jump on non-zero. So in that case we say that Z is equal to 0. So these are the basic instruction related with Z flag. Thereafter for P flag, for that is called parity flag. So JPE stands for jump on even parity, that is called P is equal to 1, and JPO stands for jump on odd parity, that is P is equals to 0. So these are the two instructions related with P flag, and afterwards these two instructions JNC. JNC stands for jump on no carry, that we called CY is equal to 0, and JC address means what? CY is equal to 1. So out of these 8 instructions, specially from 12th point of view, in our syllabus, in our program, specially we used the instruction. So generally which instructions we are used? So I will just show you. Specially we are using only 4 instruction out of these 8. So what is our first instruction? J and Z, thereafter JZ, thereafter JNC and JC. So widely these 4 instructions are used, means specially related with Z flag and carry flag. So most of the operations, most of the programs depends on these 2 instructions, means when it gets changed, when it gets remains unchanged. So in that scenario we have to execute the program. And what are these? What these instructions are actually did? So it check the condition, if gets satisfied, in that scenario only you have to execute a particular statement. Otherwise keep unchanged only, or just keep as it is. Is that clear? So this is all are regarding about jump instruction. So guys, if this type of question asked in your HSC board examination, explain jump instruction in detail, so this instruction may be asked for 3 marks. So in that case what we need to do, we have to write down what do you mean by jump instruction, and we have to also explain the related types, that is called conditional jump and unconditional jump instruction. So how conditional jump instruction works? So in that case we just have to represent our flag register, and we know that how this AC flag is excluded while writing conditional jump instruction. And what about the general format, addressing mode, group, bytes, and how its impact on flag register? It is almost same. Is that clear? So this is all are regarding about jump instruction. Now guys, we are going to focus our next instruction. It is almost same format, and the name of instruction is called call instruction. So our next instruction is called call instruction. So like jump instruction, call instruction is also work. Call means what? So generally whenever we are write down assembly language program, in that assembly language program we also write down some functions in assembly language program. So these group of statement, if we want to execute multiple times in the program, then in that case we are just write down these statements in function form, and that function we are just going to call in our program. So that's why we have to use which instruction? Call instruction. So again there are 2 types of call instruction, conditional call and unconditional call. The same impact is there like our jump instruction, means your program counter gets changed. So in case of jump instruction it is represented by JMP. So in case of call instruction, especially in case of unconditional call, so it is represented by call instruction, that we call CALL. Call instruction. And call, after call you have to just write down address, and you just note that all the points, means general format, group, addressing mode, bytes, flag, all are same as like our previous instruction. So this is called unconditional call instruction. Now similarly, conditional jump instruction, conditional call instruction is also there. So how to represent that? So it is represented by capital C, and then you have to write down condition. So means first of all you have to write down capital C and then condition. C, condition, and then address. Now guys, what is the question arises in our mind? So how many conditions are there? So like our jump instruction, we have written approximately 8 instruction. Similarly, for call instructions are also 8 different instructions, and all these instructions based on this flag register. So which are these instructions? So instead of jump, at the time of jump instruction, we start with letter J. Why? Because it is representing jump instruction. Now we are going to discussing call instruction. So in that scenario, we have to use C. So first of all, CM means call on minus, then call on plus, that is called S flag is equal to 0 or S flag is equal to 1. It is represented by JM and JP instruction. Thereafter next one is CZ, thereafter CNZ means call on 0, call on non-zero. Similarly, CPE, that is called call on even parity, that thereafter CPO, call on odd parity, and thereafter CC, thereafter CNC. CC means call on carry and call on no carry. So in this way the working is almost same as like our jump instruction, means conditions are same but our first letter is different. J is represented by for jump instruction and C is useful for call instruction. So in this way we have discussed call instruction, and it's actually working to execute number of statement given on particular address, and in that case what happen, your program counter is get affected. And what is the role of program counter? So program counter is specifically stores address of next memory location stored where the next instruction is stored, and you have to execute that instruction. So in this way we have discussed jump instruction and call instruction. So guys, there is one more instruction is called, and the name of instruction is called return instruction, and it is represented by capital R. So like working of jump instruction and call instruction, return instruction is used to return the result generated by function. Means what actually it means? So whenever we are going to perform any calculation and when we get some result, so that result should be delivered to its caller. Means whenever we are going to call a particular function, that function is used to write down some task, and after performing that task, whatever the answer generated by that function, that should be given to its caller. So in that way we have also used the return instruction. So what is the basic change in this return instruction? So instead of returning, just we are using RET. This instruction is useful for returning, or we are just calling the given instruction. So there are again two types of return instruction: conditional return and unconditional return. So what is the major change? So instead of C, we have to just write it down R. The rest of the things are remains unchanged. So guys, we are going to focus our last instruction related in this group, and you have to just keep one thing in your mind, especially jump instructions are widely used to write down the various assembly language programs. Now our last instruction in this group is called PCHL. So what do you mean by PCHL? So that we discussed here right now. PCHL, just only this thing is given, thereafter nothing will be there. So what to do? Load program counter with HL pair. PCHL stands for what? Load program counter with HL pair. Means what you have to do? You have to just write down content of PC arrow content of HL. So HL is nothing but what? Memory, or whatever the memory content is there, means address. So that address you are going to store in program counter. So especially PCHL is given, so we can just directly write down given instruction belongs to implied implicit addressing mode, or this is related with branching group instruction. It is 1 byte instruction, and in case of flag, no flags get affected. So how it gets work? So I will just show you with example. So suppose my PC is equal to 2000H and my HL is equal to 5000H. So what I have to do, if I'm writing down PCHL instruction, then my output will be what? Content of PC, that is called program counter, is equal to 5000H. So in this way, the content of HL gets stored or moved to the program counter that we called PC. So these are the simple instructions are available in this branching group instruction. So guys, if you have any difficulty regarding any instruction in this video, so please write it down in my comment section. So guys, in next video we are going to discuss machine control group instruction. So thanks for watching this video. Thank you.